Go ahead, Rupak. So with latest interviews, what are the issues you are facing? You have 2.4 years of experience that I see.
Yeah, like interview in the sense at the first round itself, I'm getting calls, 2 or 3 calls
Hmm.
I have received, but after that,
Okay.
the application is not going forward. I'm getting rejection
Okay.
email.
Okay. You are getting rejection after you got your resume screened immediately.
I'm resumes is getting selected. Might be I got the HR call, and after that,
Mhm.
they are saying, "Ki I'll let you know within 1 or 2 days." Then I'm getting that mail.
That it's rejected.
Yes.
So actually, I have been applying for since 2 months on
Hmm.
2 months onward on UiPath profile,
Okay.
but I don't know why my profile is not getting shortlisted.
Okay.
So I was not getting calls. I
Okay.
have two
Got it.
plus years of experience.
So how many years of experience do you have in total?
Total three, but relevant two plus.
That's a fair amount of experience.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let me just go ahead and share my screen, and if you can see the screen also, please let me know.
Vajrang, I wanted to share my thoughts.
Go ahead.
Vishwas here. Like I have experience into Blue Prism side, but the thing is, so I'm getting calls, but unable to clear the first round because they were asking. I'm working as a support side, but they were asking some debugging skills or the coding side. So
Hmm.
the challenge I'm facing during the interview.
Got it. Sometimes they are asking scenario-based questions, .NET SQL related questions, and sometimes advanced topics of UiPath. Okay. Now there are two ways I can provide you the material. One, you can access it through Gmail. Like I can give you access for view only. You will not be able to download or do anything, but you will still have access. Like whenever you want to open a web page, and you can go ahead and you can read it. That's one way. And the second way is helping you to download the material like completely, all the material, and you can read it at any time you want. Which one do you prefer? Access or download? Go ahead and reply back in the chat. Download. Okay, I see. Better to go with download. Okay. So since everyone are talking about download, I will show you what you will get if you want to download, and the price will be 9999 to download all the material and the content. Okay, not the videos. The videos are extra, but if you want to get the documents alone, you will be able to get it for 9999. Let me just show you how. And first, I will tell you what are the problems that you are facing and how you need to correct that. Then we'll go and drill down further. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yeah, it's with
Yes.
So, last August 15th, I already ran some promotion and gave this material as a sample for 9999, where people, most of you who have joined, most of you have downloaded. But you need to know how to use it better so that you can continue and use it further. Check with resume preparation and self-learning plan first. Now, for any interview, the best thing that can come up for an interviewer is a resume that is well written and it's easy to understand. You should not written, you should not write a resume with too many jargons. You should keep it simple and also with the best keywords. Now, I have already prepared two videos on the same topic. So if you want, go ahead and check those two videos. I'll quickly tell you what info does it have. Now, if you're going for RPA developer roles, you can have multiple roles. If you need to go as, you can go as a fresher, you can go as a developer, senior developer, and RPA lead. Now, each and everything have, I'm going to place everyone on mute for some time. So if you are a fresher, intern, or junior developer, you can have 0 years of experience. And here I'm also mentioning what are the paths that you need to go and learn if you are starting new. You need to start with Learning Plans RPA Starter and UiPath Academy Learning Plans RPA Developer Foundation. These will be sufficient for you if you are completely beginner, and if you are looking for some 2 to 3 lakhs of package, this will definitely help you out. Now, if you are a developer, it means that you have some 6 months of working experience, 6 months to 1 year. And along with the basics, you also need to have knowledge on RPA Developer Fast Track, which covers most of the orchestrator and few projects. Now, anyone who is having more than 1 year of experience to two, who is individually working can be treated as a senior developer, because by this time you should have developed around 2 to 3 projects. You clearly know how to work on things. Though you may not be expert in every detail, you know how to work on basic activities. So you will be treated as a senior developer after 2 years. And if you are going with a senior developer, then you need to go with RPA developer learning, continuous learning plan. And you can just go ahead and copy the link and type in. Hopefully this should open. Okay, if it is not opening, just go ahead and check with RPA Learning Plans Academy and see here. You will be having RPA developer and search. So most of the data that I have written previously, I think it's updated. Now you can go with don't go with citizen developer, go with RPA developer. Okay. Now here you can also sort by most recent, and you can check RPA developers professional training, automation developer professional training is what you need to go ahead and check. Now, I will also try to update this document in a while, and I will send you the most better links. But yeah, this is how you need to follow up with this particular links or with this particular document. Now, if you are going with an RPA developer or RPA lead or RPA support lead, you need to have minimum 3 years of experience in RPA development or support activities. Now, along with all these activities, a lead should a lead should have people management skills, and he should be a good communicator. At least if you may not be expert in English, but if you are a good communicator, it means that people can understand what you're telling, and they will be able to follow what you want the work to be done. Now, on top of it, we have senior RPA lead and solution architect. Now, you must be a lead for at least 1 year or greater than 1 year. Then you can be treated as a senior RPA lead. And a solution architect, on the other end, can be on top of all the roles. And if you are going with RPA solution architect, go with RPA solution architect plan. So here we have architect also, architect. So the automation solution architect training, this is what you can have. I'll paste it later. Now, the basic responsibilities of solution architect are understanding the infrastructure, because you need to know how to configure robots. And let's say that there are 100 robots, how you should be able to design and plan how they can work like the best way to give the best results. And also you should know the available resources for development, like what apps are available, if there are any APIs, if you should be able to work with UiPath support team in some cases. So, and you should also plan solutions and design and create a frameworks if required. These are the basic responsibilities of solution architect. Now, along with the developers, see, every software, if we are developing, there must be testers also. You cannot just go with development. Now, there are two development, like if you are a pure developer and if you want to go with RPA tester, automation tester, then you can go with UiPath Automation, UiPath Test Developer Foundation and UiPath Test Manager Foundation. You can go and search test. So this is what you have: automation test engineer training, automation test manager foundation training. These two will be sufficient for you if you are going as a RPA test automation developer. Now, there will be some like some roles like program manager and some business functional roles like business analyst and scrum master. Let's go, or you check on these details on your own. Like, if most of you are here going for developers, try to understand your program manager will try to communicate with clients bringing new projects, or they will do negotiations on the rate part. And BA analyst or functional or these functional roles will help in better execution of the project. There must be PED created, there must be a requirement that must be taken from a SME of a client. Then a business analyst can communicate with them. A scrum master can plan for daily meetings or daily catch up and try to make sure all the team is aligned with the requirement and we don't have any blockers. And if there are any blockers or impediments, that gets resolved with the help of other team members. This is the role of Scrum Master. So all these roles work together to create one single RPA project. It's not just the developer. Now, let's take few minutes, okay, and let's try to reassess our requirement. Now, there is already this particular flow in our website. Let me just see if I can enable that or not. If that's enabled, then you can get automated replies. We'll see this later. Let's take some time on that. Now, if you're writing your resume, now how are you naming your resume is also important. You should not name your resume like UiPath 1, UiPath resume 1. You should clearly, or user should clearly know and understand by looking at the name itself what will be there in the resume. Now, your name goes first. If you are a certified professional, go ahead and mention UiARD, and I will also mention UiPath MVP. Okay. And then 10 years of experience I have and solution architect. See, this kind of naming will help. Okay, I'm opening some resume who is having so much experience, and this will help me to get better opportunity. See, everything, there is no one kill switch to get your resume selected. You need to have progressive improvements to get your resume selected and updated. Now, often people create career objective profile summary. Now, if you are keeping having keywords in that profile summary or career objective, that's the best thing that you can have, because initially when someone looks in this beginning of your resume, they will get to know what are the key skills that you have. Now, not every resume should have all the key skills. If you are a developer, you need to have more developer related key skills. If you are a tester, or if you are a support engineer or support user, then you need to go with more support keywords. Now, these are already predefined keywords that I have researched and I have kept. Assured that most of the members who have these keywords in your resumes got shortlisted, at least for the initial rounds. So try to make sure the keywords are available. Now, when talking about projects, how many projects you need to keep? Last three projects are enough. If you are from a different domain and if you're keeping three projects, you got it from somewhere, go ahead and keep it, no problem with that. Only thing that I would suggest is whatever you are trying to keep, try to do it at least once. If you are not doing it at least once, and if you are keeping it in your resume and you don't know what are the implications that you can get out of it, then that will cause an alert, or that will raise the flags in an interview. So you'll just have some resume with some project where a interviewer can easily understand what that project need to be done or what must be done with that project. So if you're not able to explain that, then that's where the flags will raise. Now, along with UiPath, you should not, someone cannot just go with UiPath to an interview. You need to have .NET, specifically C# or VB.NET. You need to have SQL, and you need to know how to manage your code using Git. Basic understanding is enough for Jira to maintain any task and to report tasks. And you need to have API related activities. Few members will say that I need to have a document understanding as well as AA services, AA fabric and all. Now try to understand that if you know the core of RPA, given any project, you will be able to work on it much more easier way. Like if I completely know about UiPath and all the activities, so AA services will be easy for me. So specialized AA associate training, we are already having the training courses available in UiPath Academy. Now, something that you can also see is this contains everything from the basics itself. If you can see variables, consonants and arguments, control flows, data manipulations, everything that is from the basics program is what we have in the AI associate training also. So learning the core is important. And if you are seeing where is AI here, version control systems, overview of automation developers, project organization, everything you have. Now, this is clearly telling that this is for automation developer. Let's go with specialized training. Now, these are the parts where you have specialized training. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 40 plus videos or 30 hours plus content only on the basics, but only 1 hour to 2 hours of content, or at least 4 hours of content on the AI training. Now, that's what I'm telling you. If you are able to clearly learn and understand the basics and the core, others will be easy. 5 hours of training will not take much time for you to complete if you know the core of the base. Now, in RPA, what are the different roles that you can go with? As I said, you can go as a developer, you can go as a lead, you can go as a manager, you can go as BA managers, and there are multiple roles. It's not like, okay, there is only one role that I need to go. You can go with the role that you best fit in. let's say that you are a BA manager or BA already, and you want to come to RPA. Okay, that's fine. You already have some course for BA analyst, business analyst in RPA. Go ahead and check it and complete it. You need not relearn and unlearn your business, your previous experience. You just need to accommodate or add some feathers on top of your hat. Now, something that you also need to mention is organizations and the duration, like how many years of experience you mentioned, but relative details like, okay, in this particular organization, I worked for 5 years or 3 years. And then what are the achievements? And along with that, if you have developed any custom packages for your organization, and if you have won any appreciation, if you have won any hackathons, these are the things that takes least priority that are good to have, but are good to have. Now, when will someone go through this? Only if you are able to answer around 30 minutes of the interview or 35 minutes of the interview, then they will go and check with, okay, what are the achievements that someone will have. If you don't answer the first 30 minutes, then people will never go into your achievements. Okay. So try to have your first page the best page. Now, along with that, if you have completed any certifications, go ahead and mention, and try to keep a professional photo. Don't keep any selfie. Try to, even if there is selfie, just go ahead and take a good selfie and post it. And if you have LinkedIn, go ahead and mention LinkedIn as well as UiPath Forum. Often people miss LinkedIn and UiPath Forum. UiPath Forum is the best place where people can see your achievements. Now, if you go with UiPath Forum and search for Vajrang B, okay, now you can see here anyone that is tagged with me or that I have my name with, if you can see here, I can easily see since how many years I am active, and if there are any contributions that I have done, what are the contributions that I have done. Basically, this says that I am active in this UiPath field for a pretty long time. Okay. And like this, if you can see, there is also my detail about my MVPs. And there is also some top links that I have mentioned, whatever I have given. So everything that I have done is shown in my summary of UiPath forum. And this is the best place if a interviewer wants to see your performance. Like this can be the best place. Like if you have given some responses, given some solutions, this is what you can get for. Now, hobbies, I would say don't mention hobbies until you have specific related hobbies to your job. Don't mention swimming and dancing. That really doesn't matter because you're not hired based on your hobbies. If you are specific, like resume should be in such a way that interviewers should be impressed. Accept it or not, you're not preparing resume for yourself, you're preparing resume for others. So others must be impressed with your resume. So keep it what they want or give the what they want. Now, there are few questions that often people miss to answer. These are the questions that I would like you to answer it better. People will or members will tell, okay, I have completed 2 to 3 years of experience. I have 3 years of experience and I have completed 2 to 3 projects. That's not how a automation project works. Automation projects are fast-paced projects, and you can think like every 1 month a new automation solution must be released. So think that this is what we have. If there is a small project, when you're saying a small project which contains one application to automate, and it may take around 1 month time, that is 4 weeks of time for complete start of documentation till the deployment. And if you are having 3 years of experience, which corresponds to 3 into 12, that should be equal to 36. So even if you are doing some small projects for 3 years, you should complete more than 30 plus projects or 36 projects. Now, everyone cannot do only small projects, right? They might do some small projects, some large projects, and some medium large projects. Now, how can you differentiate medium large projects or small projects? Understand the execution time or the development time. Anything that is taking less than 1 month can be taken as a small project, and anything that's taking between 1 month to 2 months is a medium project, and anything that's taking more than 3 months or 2 to 3 months is a large project. Now, even if you take large project, okay, per month, per year, you must do at around 4. So 3 into 4, which is equal to 12 projects. So even if you're doing large projects for 3 years, you must complete at least 12 projects. Now, will everyone get like, will there be a situation like I will get only large projects every time? No, having 3 years of experience. Okay. Uh, Minimum three large projects that combine that takes around 9 months, and three small projects and three medium projects. Now, should you keep all these projects in your resume? I would say no. What I would tell is keep three projects, and when interviewer asks me why there are only three projects in your resume, tell that these are the latest three projects which we can discuss more. And I cannot keep all projects that I have done in resume. That's a simple answer you can give. And interviewer will not be offended with this. Now, if you are doing with a 3 years of experience, like you can think like I need to complete at least three large projects, three small projects, and three medium projects. Okay. Now, let's say that you are having 4 years, at a minimum 4 years projects, maximum 6 projects a year can be completed. Okay. Now, if you're having 3 years of experience, a minimum of 12 projects and a maximum of 18 projects you must complete. Okay. This is what an interviewer can easily understand by seeing your resume. Now, if you're telling that I have 2 to 3 years of experience, but I'm not having, like I did not work on any project, I worked on only one project, then we cannot, the interviewer may not take your resume further. We have this activity to perform or this activity to do. I'll give you this activity in a bit, but let's just go with the other documents. So this one document contains very good information about your resume preparation as well as all the keywords that you must place in your resume. Now, someone is asking, please tell where can we get any information for scenario-based questions. Now, there are already UiPath 300 interview questions that I have already given, and UiPath Orchestrator interview questions. So if you are going for an interview, Orchestrator is what a core concept that interviewers will go ahead and look for. So you must go and check in this. Often people will ask scenario-based questions, scenario-based questions. I would ask them, did you work on those scenarios to answer better? If you did not work on them, then the questions that can come after you answer the scenario-based question by looking at some place may not be the correct one. I'll tell you why. Now, someone will ask you, have you worked on Excel? Let's do a quick mock interview.
Yeah, hi Vajrang.
Hi, Rahul. Rahul, let's treat next 5 minutes as your interview and let's do something.
Sure.
Rahul, have you worked on Excel activities?
Yep.
Now, let's take a scenario. I have an Excel, but I don't have Excel installed in my in my robot. Now, how can I read the data in Excel and how can I perform operations?
So basically, we can use workbook activities like read range workbook for reading of Excel file and doing the manipulations.
Great. But the problem here is the data is too large that my Excel is failing continuously. Or when I'm trying to read the Excel, I'm not able to read it and it's failing. Now, how can I solve it? Now, Rahul, did you understand the problem?
Yeah. So we actually have more than 1,000 of records to read, but our Excel file,
No,
Excel activity
it's in
will not.
lakhs. It's in lakhs.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
So now, are you able to understand the problem that you are facing here? Yeah, someone is saying that we can use database. Okay. Now, using database is correct. So do you mean to say that we need to upload the file into database when we need to read the database data? Go ahead. Yeah. So see, few members are able to answer this scenario-based question. Like we can use Excel as a database. Now, to use Excel as a database, you should have done it at least once. If you have done it at least once, then it should be easier for you. Yeah. The correct answer for this is using SQL as a database, a possible solution for large database. Now, you need to make a connection to Excel and you need to retrieve the data from the Excel and the data will be stored in the memory and then you can perform operations on top. Okay. And often people will tell that, okay, what if Excel also will fail? You can say that I haven't encountered such situation, but I would like to know a better way. If that there is a situation like that, I would go ahead and solve that problem by doing some research. Okay. It's not like often you just need to know the answer. Accepting that you don't know the answer is also a best thing to do in an interview. Understood? So I'm disabling the mic for everyone. So see here, not everyone will know all the answers, but this is what you can do. Now here, in this document, you also have scenario-based questions. Let's assume that you need to handle RPA project provided with inadequate skills to the process. Then would you reject the project or find an alternative? Now, this is the answer that you can give. Now, you cannot always leave a project, right? Because that's a requirement from a client. Now, all of a sudden, if you leave the project, then how can you get it? So, in fact, there are many alternatives available in RPA. Most of the alternatives have a short duration. So we can work on it and solve the problem and gain additional skills provided by choosing alternatives. So for example, there is some application that's not allowing you to automate, identifying the root cause, and if it can be automated with image-based automation or screen-based automation, let's go ahead and do it. If you're not able to solve it, then we'll go and say that it's not solvable. I will not tell that I will reject the use case or I will not solve the use case without trying it. Now, let's take some more ways to understand. There is also one more interview question, like what is a machine and what is a machine template? You need to have an idea on this. So all the questions are available with answers, and you should have the best answers that you can give. Like even if you read it once, this will stay at the back of your mind at some location where you will be able to recollect it during an interview. So this document, it's already shared with you. So this is the best thing that you can get. Now, there is also one more interview question that I would like to take to someone. Sahil, I'm giving you access to mic. Can you please unmute? Let's take a quick question. Sahil, unmute and talk. Okay, who can take my next question? Can you please unmute and talk? It will be simple. Don't be in a mindset that you will be asked very hard question. An interview, you can never expect any question, right? You just need to go ahead with the answer. Okay, I'm going with Shivakumar. Shivakumar, unmute and talk.
Yes, Vajran.
I need to send email to client. Now, what are the different ways I can send emails to client? Can you please explain in detail?
Yeah. So we have two options like using SMTP
Mhm.
and we have Outlook options also send email activities.
But Outlook is not installed in my machine and SMTP is restricted in my organization. We should not use SMTP.
Okay, so we do not, you mean to say we do not have two options like
Yes.
which have told. Okay.
Okay. Now, understanding different email activities, like there are basic things in every project. First thing, reading the data. Second thing is processing the data. Third thing is creating a report and sending the report. Okay. Understanding or working on these three scopes or three levels is important to answer any project. Now, there are not only two options. If there is any custom API which is already available within an organization where that API sends the information or sends the email, we can use it using API calls. Or if there is Microsoft 365 activities, if there are Microsoft 365 activities, I can use Microsoft 365 activities based on what my organization follows and what is approved in my organization by my security team. I'll follow that. Clear on this, Shiva?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, let's go on mute again. Now, like this, we have like around 250 plus interview questions that I have already given for download, and even for solution architect also, there are some questions. Can you explain how UiPath platform integrates with traditional enterprise architectures? Now, the answer is also available over here. And describe the role of project architecture. The answer is also available over here. So this document contains most of the interview questions, and this will be sufficient for you. We cannot take each and every question now, but this is sufficient for you for your interview preparation. Now, you should also know what latest technologies are. Like, even though you can say that I did not work on any of the AI tools or any models, at least you should have basic idea what are the latest updates and all. Now, how can you get the best updates? Go to UiPath forum. Okay, here there will be updates whenever they have a new version. We'll have updates. If you can see here, June community release. Now, what are the updates we have? You can save you can save Windows projects on the cloud. This is one update. And you have test suite if you are going with test suite. And you can also create test data with autopilot. This is one of the test data generated with autopilot, and you are generating the test data. And You can invoke coded automations using libraries. Now, these are small things that you can go ahead and explain. Okay. Now, do you need to explain each and everything? I would say no, but at least if you know one or two activities, then interviewer will get to know that, okay, he's following or he's working actively on UiPath and he is checking on the latest things. Okay. So these are important when you are going for interview. Now, if you are able to do these two things, you may go and get through with the first round of interview. Okay, I have the best resume, I have interview questions, I'm able to answer. Now comes the second round of interview where someone like solution architect will take your interview. Where can you get those details? We have two programs in our organization, UiPath Basics and UiPath Projects. UiPath Basics is for someone who is absolutely new to UiPath. Like, I don't know anything. I don't, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about UiPath. Then I will go with UiPath Basics. I have some knowledge. I have taken some course, which is not much fruitful because I'm not able to use it in interviews. Then you need to go with UiPath projects. What you get in project? You're going to get this particular folder access where it contains a notebook. Okay. In this notebook, you have step-by-step process on how to start with your code, like how to set up your GitHub. It's available as a document over here. If you can see here, this is the document that we have, repo management. And if you want to go and ask queries, ask your queries, how to ask your queries, go back to overview, start up from here, understand few important links. These are the important links that you have. And here in tasks, everything is a task, but we started prioritizing and adding project level to them. So you're given a project, like what is the problem statement? What are the steps that you must do? And what are the prerequisites? And what is the documentation? And how to create a new issue? Along with that, a video of the solution. Complete solution will be available for you. You can go ahead and watch it. Okay. So all this is available for you in projects. You will also have live UiPath live interview use cases. Now, someone asked to solve this interview use case. Then how will you solve it? And in the overview or in the task, you will be given more interviews questions. How to use API in RE framework. The detail is available and you can check it over here. UiPath developer. Now, if you want to learn and use JSON, these are available for you. Everything is given with proper references, and there are some mock interviews also that's conducted. Go ahead and check it out. And now, if there is any live transcript, often people will ask me, can I get live use case or live interview questions? Yes, you can get them directly over here. You'll be given access to view only. Here you will be given access to UiPath coding test, and these are coding tests from multiple organizations. If you would have already done at least one or two such projects, it will be much more easier for you to go and work on any project or uh, any use case or anything that someone asks in an interview. This is what will make the differentiator factor from you and the others. Okay. Now, everyone who joined today will get